Hey everybody, welcome to your new favorite show. It's called Ashes of War, where I analyze my duels that I done. So you know how part of your brain does the thing, and then later some other part of your brain try to rationalize it, see what the fuck happened, just like writing in your diary and shit. So this is what I think of it. I think this is gonna help a lot of people understand what the fuck is going on during the PvP that's going on in Elden Ring Colosseum. So it occurs to me that a lot of people don't know what the fuck is going on. So I have to make this series to give you guys the info. Here we go. We go with the first duel. So I see the heavy armor on the opponent. You see the ugly on mismatching. I don't know, the quality of the video was a bit low. I apologize on that. Next episode will probably be a lot better. But yeah, I see the heavy armor on the opponent and that magma sword. So the magma sword is it does a little bit of a combo with the Ash of War spinning slash that it does, and combined with heavy armor and a little bit of lag on your side. It's a pretty brain dead build, as you can see. I pull out the sleep bow for it because that's what's gonna happen to people who hit other people when they're not supposed to hit them, especially with the spinning slash. When I see that shit, I'm gonna fuck you because that's bullshit. To get an idea of the latency, by the way, here I charge up my shit, I hit that bitch, okay? The arrows have hit. You see this frame right here? The arrows hit, now see? That's when the arrows deal the damage that they were supposed to have dealt. So it's a little bit of a delay going on here. Let's see another example. Here I do it again. Bam! Arrows hit. Now the damage, the sleep lands a bit later. Again, boom, the arrows hit, but no, a bit later. Everything happens a bit later for this guy. And he loves that, because that spinning slash is a bit juicier with that latency. And then I get a rematch with him immediately afterwards. I switch to my spinning slash as well. Give him a taste of his own medicine. But as you can see, you see my blade, right? It went fully through him. The damage should have been dealt by now, but where is it? Oh, it's a bunch of frames. This is the problem. And this is a good example of what happens when you engage these kinds of people with, meet them where they're at their lowest brain dead level of gameplay that they do. This is what's gonna happen. But then of course I can't let the asshole win, so that one landed, but he wasn't feeling it yet, so he felt it a little bit later, but he was dead. We get to the next fight. Here we have the spear user, which somehow thought it's okay to combine the crucible armor with the grave keeper. I don't know what the skull is. Can't remember. And then this is crazy because if we go back, he does the thing. When he does this right here, he rolls, right? He rolls and then does the crouch attack. And then I expect him to attack again. But then he doesn't move, and from right there does a running attack. Not a lot of people do that. That's why I failed the first parry, but the other one lands. But it does happen sometimes, because people are all of a sudden run and accidentally sometimes do the running attack. Here we get to this guy, and as soon as I see the colossal sword in the one hand, and the swift, the swift dart shooter as I like to call it. In the other hand, I know what kind of assignment this is. But unfortunately, what I didn't expect was a shit internet. Hey. So as you can see, this shit hits me where it ain't supposed to. Let's go back. Let's go back to show you something a little fun. So I'm not. This gives me a lot of frames. This gives me. We gotta watch this 7 times, I think. This gives me a lot of invincibility frames because that's blind spot for you. But this guy doesn't agree. And here, this is the perfect situation. Do you see what killed me? Because if you look, I can actually show you my mouse on the screen. So to paint a picture for you. Here's the sword going, right? Here's the sword. Here's the hitbox. Okay, this is not the hitbox. This is not the hitbox. This is not the hitbox. This is the sword. When this hits you, you take damage. So you're asking me what killed me right here? I don't fucking know. What the fuck? We can rewatch that if you want. I don't care if we rewatch it 7 times. Here it is. And there it is again. Ooh. God bless. God bless the shitty internet and the shitty fashion to follow up with it. Here I see the person joining up with a couple of backhand blades and the guardian, the shield ritual talisman. That's what it's called. So I know what the assignment is. I pull out the sleep bow. I miss a bunch of times, and then he comes in. It is a he, by the way. And I love this bit because my game lagging actually makes it like slow motion and cinematic. Look, 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 look. It's like, it's pretty good. And then I bust out these moves. And then I get him with that. With the backhand technique. But yeah, I didn't know that was a guy until I rewatched. So now I know. Then we got this guy. Something funny you're about to see. Boom. The arrows went through him, right? The arrows are going through. That's a phantom hit, if you didn't know what that is. That's a phantom hit. But if you actually pay attention, none of those are hits. And it keeps going. Watch this. Full hit, contact with the target. He doesn't dodge in time for me. This is the internet of Elden Ring. Look at this. Look at this shit. And that was a hit. That was a hit. Let's see that one again, Chief. Can we get a replay on that? Can we get a replay on this? This jump attack right here. Alright, this seems... Oh, wait a minute. Is that your sword on the other side of the fucking Colosseum? So why is it hitting me? That's the question. I gotta ask sometimes some of these questions. That hit me somehow. Wow. And then this is it, you know, he starts spinning around. So let me give you a collection of what this guy is. He joins with the kite, with the fucking ritual, I don't know what's it called. It's like a bird shield, right? The bird shield that increases your damage engine. And I like to call these people Discord moments. A Discord moment is when the person doesn't, like, there's 1% of humanity left in them. The rest is Discord or Reddit. What this means is that they never knew what this shield did when they actually played the game. They never knew what the shield was about. The shield But when they see other people use it, they go and read it, you know. They go and read it, see what it's about, and they use it themselves too, not because they want to, because other people did. And that's the point. So they do that, right? They do that. After that, you know, he got the lag. So he got the mismatching fashion, he got the shitty fashion going on for him. And on top of everything, he uses the fucking Shamshir. Because why not, when your internet is shit, use something that lands in half a millisecond? Huh? How about that? Just combine all the bullshit together. And then, just be passive, you know. Just stand back and don't do anything. How about that? What an absolute fucking piece of shit, this guy. Look, just look at this shit. I'm not making this up, by the way. A lot of y'all in the previous video said you gotta be making this up, bro. I'm not making none of it up. So look at this, for example. This right here. This is the hit. All right, now watch this. Bam. 10 seconds later, at least. And then of course he has both of the ritual. I don't know what's it called. The feather, the red feather and blue feather talismans to increase his damage and defense when at low health. Look at this shit, bro. Of course, you see that shit. You see why, bro is fully immune to everything, and he's okay with that, you know? He likes it. Look at this shit. Because why not just do a fully wrongly spaced, you know, jump attack, and then be punished for it, and he's dead right here. He is dead. He's gone. But no, oh, what happened? He rolled away just in time. And then he pulls out the slingshot. What a fucking existence this guy must be, you know, experiencing. Look at him. Look at him. Wow. To never realize that. To never realize that the shitty internet of this game, you shouldn't use weapons that are too fast, that are too slow, because your opponent can't dodge it, you know. But not all of them ever realize that. They keep playing for a long time, and they don't realize it. That was interesting. He went the other way because he thought canceling it would dodge. And then I see this guy with the ugly ass fucking mismatching armor as always, and the big ass hammer. And I'm like, I know what time it is. But then I see him, you know, he's coming towards me. So I'm like, you know, I don't even do it. Like, okay, let's see what you can do. I want to show him, you know, himself. Because this is what he does, and I'm gonna do what he does to other people to him. See how he likes it. Dodge, attack. Dodge, dodge, attack. Dodge, attack. Because that's all the colossal weapons are good for in PvP. You can just dodge and crouch attack. Dodge and crouch attack. The rest of the attacks are not gonna land. You're gonna waste your time. But you bring that shit to the Colosseum anyways. How about that? How about that, you piece of shit? A little bit of free aiming. Blast his bitch ass. And there he goes. What you get for bringing slow ass weapons. Here goes the laggy piece of shit again. So the tactic with laggy people is a good way to deal with that is I pull out the unsheath, because with the unsheath, like if I really get into the mind of the opponent, you know, read their decisions, how it's gonna go. If I actually land a heavy or light unsheath, it's good damage. That's why I like it against shitty fast weapon opponents that will never take any risk playing the game. Like if you take a damage this late, you know, you're gonna take damage wherever you want, whenever you want, and you don't realize, yeah, See, this is me trying to tell him, you know, you don't need to be passive, because nothing is threatening you. Because anything I do, you know, I'm doing it like fucking, you have 10 minutes to dodge my attacks apparently. But he still wants to be passive and responsive. He just wants to punish, never initiate anything. Look at this motherfucker. Look. Unless I'm enraged to do something, to do an attack, and then for him to punish me, nothing will happen. Wow. Truly outsmarted and outskilled by this guy, huh? That's what he thinks. He never knows. Here we go, next person. You got the thing on him? Now this is what I don't understand about a lot of people that try parrying. Why block ever? You shouldn't be blocking. Blocking is dangerous. If you want to parry as well and you got a small shield, I mean, he has the pizza cutter, but which means he has a huge amount of stamina, so he can, you know, get away with blocking like that, but not usually. Not usually. Let me see some spacing on that. That's it. And then this gets blocked, and then see some frame by frame on that. And then I light unsheath right here. Pretty good. Pretty good. Formulaic win. This is one of those I can do blind. Here we got one of the fucking light greatsword users. The same rule applies as the spinning slash. You want free attacks on your opponent that they can't dodge out of, and you want it easy, and you don't want to think, and you don't want to, you know, learn anything. And this is what you get. Now this is fucking amazing because I see him, he's like real aggressive, and I love giving these guys that, you know, these guys love, you know, free cheesy comboing their opponents. So I usually pull out the spinning slash on them, see how they like it, you know, the surprise spinning slash. And then I open my menu and I switch my bow that's in my hand with my light misery core. And this is an awkward situation, and now, you know, look at what happens. That guy does a jumping attack. This is fucking hilarious. He does a jumping attack, or no, actually hits. But then, yeah, in this time, I go back, switch the bow for the misery cord again, just so everything is, you know, where it's supposed to be. And then after that, I switched to the spinning slash. And then this motherfucker could have done anything that would have benefited him, but he decides to parry. Yeah, because he sees me pulling a dagger out, and that, you know, gives him, you know, it confuses him. And it turns out throughout all that I got the advantage by making that mistake. And you know, there's some motherfuckers who say, well, PvP in the game sucks, man. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. People are like, how do you have 3,000 hours of fucking Elden Ring PvP? What the fuck are you doing? Isn't the PvP in that game bad? And I'm like, you have no fucking idea what is going on. That's why this series is the ultimate series. Watch this. Gotta love the backstab fail. And just as I run out of FP and stamina, he manages to die. Next match, we got one of them. This is the this guy uses the cleaver from that one DLC boss. and he does infinite combos with it. That's what he does. So give him a little bit of that. Unfortunately, because of the internet situation, he does, I mean, the fights I had previously with him, he combos stuff that he shouldn't be comboing. So the regular hits that you know you should be able to roll out of, he combos you into the next one. And to avoid that, I fucked him before he fucked me. And this is a piece of shit wizard, you know, to give you some context. Because yeah, you know, this is good. This is because I want the series to be like the fighting, you know, the fighting in the game, there's not supposed to be any talk. A lot of the players, you know, a lot of Colosseum players don't realize this, that the point of a game that doesn't have in-game chat and just gestures and shit is that you're not supposed to be communicating anything, you know, the gameplay itself should be speaking. But with the series and, you know, the aftermath, you know, diary style, I get to talk about this shit. So this wizard type character is a very laggy motherfucker, alright? And what he does is that if you're long range, he casts and casts and casts, and because of his internet, it's gonna hit you, you know. There's no rolling out of any of it. It's gonna roll you mid-hit. I mean, it's gonna... I fucked up. See, it's late. I'm talking shit. It's gonna hit you mid-roll. That's what I'm trying to say. And when you get close to him, he has Stormcaller, Ash of War on his spear. He has all kinds of bullshit area of effect when you get close to him, and that's his thing. And unfortunately for him, I eat people like this for breakfast. I eat them. That's what I eat. I don't know what you eat. And then we get to oh, it's the same guy. I don't understand why anyone would ever use the storm parry, the wind parry. It's useless. Like at least the Discord, the retarded delusional community likes to say things like the blue, the fucking magic one. Like there's a reason to use that. Like they have a rationale for it and everything. If you go, they actually believe that, you know. It's not 6 of them, it's not 12 of them. Like the PvP community actually thinks the magic parry is actually something that you can use and it's good. And they're fucking stupid. See, this is what I mean. I don't need to, like, just giving examples, you'd be like, huh, they are stupid, huh? You're right. And yes, they are. I mean, this person might be going for like a thematic thing, but there's no reason to go for any parry other than the golden one. It's a ranged parry, and people don't understand what that fucking means. But I do the jump. And even if I didn't, I don't think that timing was right if I did a light attack. It's him again. And this time I want to mess with him a little bit, you know, with the spinning slash. See if he knows that spinning slash is not parryable. But no, he doesn't. He actually tries parrying the spinning slash on the katana. It's a mistake. And this is where I pull out the surprise parry. But then he parries, so I wait for the parry and then parry, but it doesn't happen, and then I immediately parry, but I miss the fucking roll attack. And then this is where he could have parried and it would have worked, but he, you know, he was too scared. But if I was him, you know, in that situation, I would have definitely gotten the parry. That happens so many times where the opponent is like close, you know, and I have 2 HP and they have a lot of health, so they're confident and they go for the attack. But then of course I don't give a fuck about losing, so I'm in their face with 2 HP and I pull out the parry. I'm gonna blast the fuck out of them. I'm sure we're gonna see a lot of shit if the series continues. And then we get a fucking loser. What a fucking loser piece of shit, pathetic asshole. Look at this. So he's doing the solitary set combined with the fucking Knight Cavalry. So you know he's a retarded asshole. And then he has the regeneration shield. This is what I call a Discord moment, if you recall a few minutes ago. And then he has the fast weapon, and then he has a shitty internet connection. He has the package, and then he has the ritual shield talisman as well to wrap it up nicely. Let's say it like that. And the cherry on top is that he's Turkish. You know, from what I know, he's Turkish, and that's perfect. You know why? Because the whole Middle East area, you know, the Arab countries, Turkey, Iran, and Pakistan. I mean, I don't know Pakistan, maybe probably Eastern, you know, probably Asian country more than Middle Eastern. But you know, we can you know, round them up together. These countries, you know, what I like to call the natural habitat of cheating. You know, this is where they're bred. All right. You know, something about this area makes people want to cheat. And this is just another example of a fucking piece of shit, loser, cheater. Another one. And he doesn't care. Look at this. And then, wow, look at this. This shit. I'm not making this shit. I'm gonna go frame by frame. Look at this. You see that blade over there? You see that blade over there? That's a hit. That's not a hit. I mean, from where you're sitting, I mean, it might seem like it. That's not a fucking hit. And now I'm starting to panic, because if this motherfucker can land anything, you know. And then this is wow. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful, because you know his weapon is immensely fast. You know, because combined with the lag, that shit lands, you know, half a millisecond. He has armor. He has regeneration. He has the fast weapon, he has the lag on his side, you know. And he has a 99, you know, fucking 89% of his health left. But when I try to roll back, what does he do? Does he come after me? No. He plays it safe. But there is no safety to be had, because he's not in danger. Because of the way this game works, you know, he's not in any danger. I can't hit him. But he still plays it safe by throwing the fucking stupid spear. Absolutely beautiful. Wow. Let's see the last hit again. Beautiful. You gotta see that shit. You know, this is the kind of shit that opens your eyes. You know, this is the... And people are like, why is your skin so thick? You know, and I always tell them, you know, only thing thicker than my skin is my dick. And they're like, huh. Interesting. And this is why. Because this shit, you know, I'm not making this up. Look at this. Look at the swing. Wow. That's how I died. What happens next? I'm sure you know what happens next. Yeah. There you go. Fucking... I don't know if you played CS or not. You know. It's a joke, actually. Counter-Strike in the Middle East is fucked. Why? Because for some reason, this is where the cheaters of humanity, you know, come to be. This is the Middle East is the area for it. I don't know why the fuck that is the case, but it is the case. This is where they're bred and born and bred. You know what I'm saying? And if you go to CS, I mean, I played CS for a long time. I played with Indians. I played with Russians. You know, Europeans. No one cheats. No one fucking cheats but the Middle Eastern. You go to Pakistan, oh yeah, he's probably chill. You go to Iran, oh yeah, he's playing good, but I don't know, you know. If you go to Turkey, if you go to the Arab countries, oh yeah. I don't know what's about it, but these guys, you know, it's like, yeah. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. And he will never know, you know, that, you know, the cheating is actually not, you know, he will never see the other perspective. He will never be able to understand, because he can't. Just unable to understand. The light greatsword guy is back for more. By the way, if you ever feel bad for him, just remember that he is using frostbite status buildup. That is cheating, so it's okay. It's okay. You hit people when you weren't supposed to hit them, so now I hit you when you weren't supposed to be hit. You know, just a little bit of juice for you. Ooh, another light greatsword user. Wow, you just love to see that. This is something caught my eye. What was it? I caught him out of the air. There it is. Wow, you see it? You see the bull goat greaves right there? Amazing. Wow, it's like people should understand that it's so easy to look like a clown in this game. Just mismatch your armor. And you want to see real people in the Colosseum? Those who wear sets. Those are the real people, you know. Look out for those. And there's like 3 of them, by the way. This is not an exaggeration. 99% of the community are fucking assholes. They're just one. This is not an exaggeration, by the way. You can test this out. By some miracle, he doesn't get hit by any of these. Like, look at the arrows on the right there. How the fuck did they land there? Like, it's not even possible from my position to shoot that way. Absolutely diabolical. And you just love to see that, I don't know, Giants Hunt, the Mesmer version. Like, this guy's whole personality is just getting cheesy free combos. That's his whole thing, you know. Hit one thing, press the next button, and get the free combo. That's his. That's him. That's all he does. Also, to understand, so I do this shot right here, but of course it's like iffy, you know, whether it landed or not. So I did the jump, you know, premeditatively to do the jump shot if that one did land, but it did. So yeah, that was it. That was the first Ashes of War episode. We're gonna do a lot more of these. I love it because this is like, look at this, like my diary kind of, you know, because a lot of shit happens, and it's being forgotten. It's being forgotten, and it's being changed by these motherfuckers. I don't want to forget what happened. I don't want to ever forget this shit. I want this shit to be permanently documented on the internet. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure to like. Even if you dislike, you know, Ashes of War 2 is coming out. You know, you can't fucking stop it. All right, unless you want to turn the fuck up and do a drive-by on me. Even then, it's like, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen then. But yeah, thanks for watching, and leave a comment. Why not? Leave a comment.